All right, and we did say Andrew is here. We're excited to have you here. Always, when we introduce you, we have to talk about gross food, creepy crawlies, stuff all over the place. But I think, I think sometimes people miss the point, right?
Well, I mean,
it's not just for the bit that you want to eat weird stuff.
Let's be honest. We have a relationship. You're my friend.
Yes.
So I mean, you know my feelings on this. To say that bizarre foods is, fat white guy runs around world, eats bugs is one way to look at this.
It's true.
It is true.
Yes.
I don't disagree with any of that, but I think that's 10% of what we do. I tried to create a show about preaching patience, tolerance, and understanding around the world on a planet that was running out of it. And I thought that having a conversation about the things that we had in common, showing people food with a story that's better than food without a story, from the fringe, where those stories are best found, and trying to engage a part of everyone's brain that says, I recognize that. I recognize those people. They're having a family meal. They're trying to make a living. There's a guy out on a boat just trying to feed his family. I thought if we could present the food through those lenses, we would be very successful. And we've been on 8 years now, and we just finished our best season ratings-wise ever, and new season starts the end of the month.
But you walk the talk, too. You have food trucks in town, and you serve goat, which is a protein.
Well, here's the thing. I'm extremely conscious of the platform that I have, and it was very intentional to create a very large platform and then try to make a change for the things that I think need to change. Goat in America is like soccer. We say we love it, we say we understand it, but we're not quite there, but we're getting there.
Right.
I wanted to, on my food truck, do something differently. So we're it's a gastropub on wheels, using food that I find on my adventures. We have a Nicaraguan dulce de leche. We have a fried pork belly with Vietnamese papaya salad, things like that. It's pretty tasty.
Matt Brickman, who hates anything weird or strange in the food department, just went, I could get behind that. That sounds pretty good.
We do a goat butter burger with roasted
delicious.
tomatoes and onions. Thank you. We do our own hot dog with an Istrian slaw and spicy mint. So we try to do some things that are different. That platform is expanding for us. We're going into a lot of sports stadiums and into a lot of other concessionaire type departments with the Easy Canteen brand.
Stadium, right?
We have a big presence at the Viking Stadium. So it's fun. I just think that I see people who get to a certain point in their career where they actually can make a change and stand for something, and they don't make a change and they don't stand for anything. And I think that's really shameful. I'm not asking everybody to be a pillar of the community. Some folks, take care of their responsibilities at home, and that's where they focus, and that's great. That is where our focus needs to be. But for people like myself who've been given a larger sort of box to stand on, to not use it for something, to me, and some people do it privately, so you can't just knock everyone.
Right. But you have the chance.
Yeah.
I have the chance, and I just think you got to do something.
Let's show people some of the video from the new season of Bizarre Foods, which premieres on October 27th.
And you're in Mexico City. I think Minnesotans think a lot of Mexican food. They think of like chimichangas and
we know Mexico. We go to Cancun every year.
I chose Mexico City for a reason. My argument is that I was, 5 years ago when I shot in Vietnam, I famously said this is the best street food in the world, and it was. Something has happened in Mexico City, though. That's Enrique Olvera, one of the world's who has a 3-star Michelin restaurant called Pujol, always in everyone's top 50 list. His entire menu is based on grandmother food and street food. Something happened in Mexico over the last 10 years. The fanciest restaurants stopped cooking Italian food. So now you have great Mexican chefs cooking Mexican food inspired by the street, inspired by their pre-colonial heritage. They're doing their own version of elotes, things with baby corn. They're using indigenous products from the jungle, vegetables that have grown on mountaintops. They're utilizing escamoles, the ant eggs. And this is happening in the finest restaurants in the city. It's an amazing turnaround, and I make the case here that if you want to understand Mexico City, search out its street food in its poorest neighborhoods like Barrio Tepito, the fierce barrio, and then launch into the restaurants. And I think it's the best way to see that country. There's a a lot of ants right there, biting ants, by the way, that lay the best eggs.
Fun.
The sacrifice for my viewer is complete and total. I will bury myself in biting ants. So there you see me acting the buffoon. But the point is that ranching can take on many different approaches, and every meal that we take that might be even going meatless on Mondays is one less commodity chicken or commodity pork meal that we would take later in the week. One more meal of ants may allow us to feed one more family a chicken that doesn't have one. So I really think that there is a global approach to this, to get back to your question about what the show means, by exposing people to some of these ideas. I sold a Trojan horse to the network. I mean, I said, oh yeah, eat bugs, laugh, raise the eyebrow. But every year
it's become much bigger.
Well, every year I keep pushing for more and more change to try to effecate more global change in how we approach food.
All right. Well, this season debuts October 27th, and you'll be back the next hour to talk about another venture.
Yes, it is a mind-bogglingly great season. People are really going to love it.
Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate you being here. I was going to book my ticket to Mexico City, but the next couple of days look pretty nice here, Matt.
Yeah, we'll be nice. Oh, hi, I just snuck in while you were talking. Yeah, we've
Not
got
weird
a
at all.
I thought you had my back because Jamie was,
Well,
Okay.
our people got to stick together.
That was very nice.